This just in, the body of Emmett Till was found yesterday, 3 days after the 14-year-old boy was declared missing on August 28th.
While visiting family in Money, Mississippi, Emmett Till was allegedly kidnapped, beaten, and murdered by Roy Bryant and his brother-in-law, J.W. Milam.
The young boy reportedly walked into Bryant's store a few days before the kidnapping and made sexual advances towards Bryant's wife.
After Bryant listened to his wife's rendition of what happened, witnesses say that he and J.W. Milam went to the home of Till's great-uncle, Mose Wright, demanding to see the boy. According to Wright, the men forced Till into their car and drove off. That was the last time Emmett Till was seen alive.
3 days later, Till's body was discovered on the banks of the Tallahatchie River. He had been forced to carry a 75-pound cotton gin fan with no clothes on, and then was nearly beaten to death after having his eye gouged out. Finally, Till was shot in the head at point-blank range, leaving a gaping hole in his skull.
The body was so badly disfigured that his mother, Mammy Till, was only able to identify him by the initialized ring he wore that had once belonged to his father.
Rumor has it that Till's mother will be holding an open casket funeral, which will be sure to cause some speculation given the state that the body was found in. In other news, the New York Yankees won the World Series on Monday for the 5th year in a row. They have officially become the longest reigning champions in Major League Baseball, breaking their own record that had been set from 1936 to 1939. Most sports experts had predicted that the Brooklyn Dodgers would make a comeback and claim the title for themselves this year, but instead they lost in the final for the 7th time as their crosstown rivals defeated them 9-5 and made World Series history.
You know, everyone knows the importance of taking a break every once in a while when you're working. Well, the same thing holds true if you're having fun. Now, that's why plays have intermissions. And during the intermission, you'll find the nearby fountain where they serve Coca-Cola is a mighty popular place. A sparkling glass of ice-cold Coke is a sparkling addition to the festivity and the excitement of opening night. Coke has a bright flavor, a distinctive flavor, all its own, that has never been equaled. It's bracing, too. Coca-Cola gives you a bit of quick energy that brings you back so refreshed, so quickly, and with as few calories as half an average juicy grapefruit. So, at intermission time, or any time, pause and refresh. Stop at the fountain where Coke is served. Then you can relax with the most asked-for soft drink in the whole world, bright and bracing Coca-Cola. Give yourself a break. Have a Coke.
At 5:45 p.m. on September 30th, 1955, 24-year-old actor James Dean is killed in Choline, California, when the Porsche he drove hit a Ford Tudor sedan at the intersection. The driver of the other car was a 24-year-old California Polytechnic State University student Donald Turnipseed. He was dazed but mostly uninjured, and Dean's passenger, German Porsche mechanic Rolf Wutherich, was badly injured but survived. However, the beloved actor James Dean did not. Rumor has it that Dean's car, which he'd nicknamed Little Bastard, was cursed anyway. After the accident, the car was taken apart and parts were sold to different car dealerships all over the world. Each car that had a piece of Little Bastard was involved in some kind of accident or a disaster. This was a really sad thing to hear, and most of America is shocked. James Dean was one of the most beloved actors of our time, and he will be dearly missed.
Good evening, I'm Tom Davidson here at the 26th Annual Academy Awards, standing with none other than Miss Audrey Hepburn. She's here nominated for Best Actress for her role in the film Roman Holiday. Audrey, how good does it feel to be nominated?
It's quite an honor. I know many of the actresses are nominated for this, and they all deserve it, and whoever wins, I'll be very happy.
Yes, it's a very prestigious award. What was your favorite part in filming the film?
Working with Gregory, he's such a character, and he's so great and polite and just a wonderful co-star to work with, so I would say that was the highlights of the film.
Yes, everybody loves a good old Gregory Peck. Well, Audrey, have a great time and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good evening. This is Channel 4 News. I'm Michael Roberts.
And I'm Richard Harrow.
and today we're going to be discussing the controversial issue of the desegregation of America's public schools.
Yes, in fact, it's quite controversial given the ongoing case between Brown versus Board of Education that's actually made its way to the Supreme Court.
Yes, and today we each hold our own personal opinion, and we're going to be debating about it.
Well, first off, obviously, it's it's a constitutional right for every child to go to school. It's very unlikely that a child would be able to grow up in today's day and age segregated and still have a great education. It makes no sense.
I agree, but also I think that America has been this way for years and it's worked perfectly. Everyone has been able to get an education, and now we have what we call separate but equal, which has been said that is constitutional.
Separate but equal is not equal. The fact that they're separate means that they're not equal.
But separate but equal thinks about both parties. We don't want to mesh them together because we don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable, and I believe it is the best for each group to stay within their own group. That way everyone can be comfortable and have a safe learning environment.
But recent studies have shown that it's psychologically damaging to have children grow up in an environment where they're considered inferior. How can we expect the youth of today to grow up and lead successful lives if they're told they will never be good enough as the other race?
You know, Richard, I think you have a point, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the Supreme Court's ruling on this case is.
I guess so.